it's a lot better. I mean, we don't pray that, oh, the storm will be in the center or in the middle of Vietnam only. But what I'm saying is that we're a little bit lucky that the storm is not really that strong, but we just have rain.
I hope so. And I think in my province, we don't have any storm.
Have you experienced in the middle that you were in the middle of the storm camp?
No, but in my past, when I was a child, I also at that time I lived with my parents,
That's what my
and
question is.
uh,
Yeah. And then can you tell me what happened during that time? Can you still remember it clearly? What happened during the storm?
mm, at that time we faced with many storm very strong, and I remember my parents' house uh, have to protect really, yeah, really protect a lot, and it's not modern like today. I think so.
Yeah. So I think you haven't really experienced a very big storm in the past since you are living in an area
Mhm.
which the storm does not really pass. I think the middle of each country, it's really the place where the storm usually land. Also in the Philippines, because in Visayas, it's the central or the middle of the Philippines, and it's where the storm usually land. In my case also, I just remembered one time when I was young, I listened to the radio. Just kidding. When I was little, I can remember the storm, and then we need to evacuate to other people's house, and I saw the rooftops flying already. But it's not much of a big problem. Um, for the people that's really hit by a storm, I think I told you before in Taiwan, there was this one village wherein it's a mountain, and then it's like a valley. There's two mountain, and between it there's a village. So when the storm came, the mountain was destroyed, and all the people who were living there were buried. They were burned alive because they did not evacuate, because they will not leave their house. How about you, Cam? If the authority or the police will go to your house and will tell you you need to evacuate, are you going to listen to them?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Really?
The first thing, mm, uh, because we rarely face with strong storm in the north of Vietnam, and uh, I never imagined about situation. Yeah.
But it's better to be prepared. When are you going to evacuate if the storm is already there?
No.
Oh my god. Okay, so I've read somewhere that nature is the only thing that man cannot control,
Mm,
right? But I've also watched a documentary I watched a documentary about fine-tuning the weather, because the earth today is very hot, right? Because of global warming. So scientists are thinking of some ways how to cool the earth. And they found one way, and um, that is putting a lot of dust on air, or ashes. You know what's ashes? What? Ash. Ash. It's the gray ash when you burn something using a fire. And after something is burned, the result will be the ash, like the gray powder. You already know what's ash now?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Yeah, scientists said that an ash can make the earth cool down. I hope it's true.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. I have a lot of things to say, but let's go to our lesson. Okay. So our lesson for today is all about make a question starting with where. Of course, when we ask a question about where, we have to answer about a place. Okay. So we have here an example sentence. I'm planning to go to Mount Sorak this summer. I don't know where is this Mount Sorak. So possible questions could be, where are you going to go on your vacation? Where do you want to go this summer? Okay, those, or where would you like to vacation? So there are three possible questions for this sentence. And the first sentence is very easy. I'm from Seoul.
Uh, where are you from?
Yes, that's exactly correct. So you have to remember there is a difference between the first question and the second question. So number two sentence is I live in Jungno.
Uh, where did you live?
Where did? Is it in the past?
I think so.
Maybe if it's in the
Oh,
past, the sentence will be I lived. There will be be. I lived.
so where do you live?
Yes, where do you live? It's in the present. Three, I usually meet my friends in a downtown bookstore.
Uh, uh, where do you live? With a friend.
Where do you live with
Where do
your
you
friend?
met? Where do you met? Where do you meet with a friend?
Okay, so Cam, if you remember last time I told you that the sentence uses expressions or frequency, like usually, sometimes,
Yeah.
you need to include that in your question because it's habitual action. So the question for number three is, where do you usually meet with your friends? Okay, let's go to
Yeah.
number four. I am going to go to the East Beach this summer.
I'm going to this summer.
Did you
Where are
ask?
you going this summer?
Yes, there are many. It's the example. It's like the example. So you can say, where are you going this summer, or where will you go this
Mm.
summer? Let's go to number five. I was in Busan yesterday.
Uh, where did you go? Where did you go? I think so.
Where did you go?
Mm.
Oh, hey, when you actually ask where did you go versus where did you go yesterday, it's different. Okay? You will ask where did you go if you if you see someone approaching you. For example, you are in your house and you didn't see your wife. And then 30 minutes later, your wife came in. You can ask, where did you go?
Yes, go.
Yes. But for sentence number five, you need to ask, where did you go yesterday?
Mm.
Clear?
More clearly.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you. Oka, where did you go? I've been looking for you for 1 hour. It's like that. Okay, let's go to number six. You can buy clothes cheaply at Don Demon.
Uh, where's a place you can buy clothes cheaper?
That's actually correct, but make your structure simple. Where can I buy cheap clothes? Where can I buy cheap clothes? Not in your store. Because you said it's not cheap. All right, let's go to number 7. I bought it in a duty-free shop.
Different store. Where did you buy it?
Where did you buy it? Yeah, that's correct. Perfect. Let's go to the next number. We can meet in some Gangnam coffee shop.
Uh, where's the place we can meet? We can meet.
Hmm. Yeah, it's good. Make it more simple. Just say, where can we meet?
Oh,
Yeah. Because I told you, where talks about a place already. Okay? So you don't need to mention the word place. Okay, let's go to number 9. My parents live on Jeju Island.
uh, where's your parent live?
Again, please.
Where's your parent live?
Where your parents live?
Mm,
Did oh, there's something missing in your sentence. You need to say, where do your parents live?
uh,
Okay? You use do because parents is plural. But if it's only one person like mother or father, you can say, where does your father live? Where does your mother live? But because it's plural, you need to use do. Where do your parents live?
okay.
And if you notice, Cam, in the sentence, they use on. Why is it so? Why not in? Can you say they live on Haizong? Is it correct? They live on Hanoi? Is it correct?
Yes, I think that.
Wrong! Okay, why did they use on here in the sentence, my parents live on Jeju Island? Because the place is an island, okay? You cannot live inside the water. You can just live on, above it. So you have to say, I live on an island. I went on a beach. You cannot say I went in. If you talk about island, beaches, or ocean, you cannot use in. You can only use in for lands like in Hanoi, in Ho Chi Minh. But for islands and for beach, oceans, you need to use on because you cannot live inside it. Okay, but outside. Are you a fish? If you say I live in the beach. Oh, you're a fish. Okay. Yes, let's go to
Mm.
number 10. I first met my girlfriend at a movie theater.
Um, where did you meet your girlfriend?
First. Yeah, that's correct actually. But in the sentence, there is a word first. Okay? So you have to say, where did you first meet your girlfriend or boyfriend? Like that. Your ex-girlfriend because she's your wife now. Okay, let's go to the next question. Next sentence. I lived, so this is in the past. I lived in Paris for 5 years, but I was too young, so I don't remember much about it.
Where did you live?
When you say where did you live? What is that? The sentence is very long. The person is actually telling a story. But I was too young, so I don't remember much about it. When we were young, the question should be, where did you live when you were young?
Yeah. Uh,
Okay? Let's go to the next sentence. My father was born in Chicago, but he grew up in Moscow.
uh, Uh, where was your father born?
Where was? Yeah, that's correct. Where was your father born? Number 13, I left my purse on the bus.
I don't know
Purse
the meaning.
is
But
wallet. Purse is
what?
another name for wallet. Yes. You put your money.
Where did you lose the wallet?
Yeah, you can actually say, where did you lose your wallet? Or where did you leave your purse? Leave or lose. Okay. Number 14, they saw each other for the first time in China after corresponding for years.
It's
Corresponding is communication.
uh, where did they see?
There not much of an information in number 14. What's your question again?
Where did they see the people in China?
That's very long. There, there's a little information actually in number 14. We don't know who are the people.
Mm,
Okay, so you can actually just say, or you can just actually just ask, where did they meet? Because we actually don't know who are these people.
uh,
There is very small information. Okay, let's go to number 15. I went salsa dancing at a club last night. The place was packed, but it sure was fun.
mhm. Where did you go at last night?
Yeah, where did you go last night? Or where were you last night? When we were young. Do you know that song? Sam? When we
Uh,
were young.
I don't know.
Do you know Adele?
Mm.
Yeah. Adele is the singer of that song. Okay, let's go to the first question. Where are you from?
Of course, yeah, I'm from uh, Hải Dương province.
No, I'm from Vietnam. I
Hmm.
told you, you have to notice the difference. Where are you from and where do you live? You live in Hai Zone, but
Ah,
you're from Vietnam.
uh,
Yeah. Okay. So without further ado, let's go to number 3. Where do you usually meet your friends?
um, sometimes when because I'm living in Hải Dương City and my close friend living in my countryside. And sometimes when they go to Hải Dương City, we usually meet them on in the coffee shop. And when I come back my countryside, I also we have mm, a place like a coffee shop or
Coffee
restaurant,
shop.
uh, or we can talking about everything. Yeah, that's one coffee shop.
When we were young, like we have set of friends, right? And we have like group of friends, and we have this special place, and we call it hideouts. Do you know what? Do you know what is hideout? Or do you have a hideout when you were young?
No, I don't understand.
A
How?
hideout is actually a place where you usually meet with your friends and you hang out together, talk, play. That is a hideout. Do you have that when you were young?
Mm, yes, at the moment we also uh, meet my friends in the Hideout coffee shop. That's
Hide.
one coffee shop.
The name of the coffee shop is Hideout?
No,
No. And you, when you call your friend, you will say, "Okay, let's meet on Tuesday in our hideout." When you say that, you already know where.
uh,
All of your friends already know where is that hideout of yours because you all know where is that place because you always go there, always hang out, talk and play and do whatever that you wanted. That is what we call hideout. It means you are comfortable with that place. When we were young, it's like the tree house, and it's like the place we always play together with our friends. But now it's a
so
coffee shop already.
maybe we don't have any hideout for
Mm,
everything.
okay, that's sad. Your childhood will not be complete. Okay. Number five, where were you yesterday?
Where were you yesterday? Um, I can remember.
Oh,
Yesterday I just stay at home and arrange a product for uh, um, for I can receive more product. For, yes, I just stay at home all day.
so the whole day you just really work and arrange everything?
Mm.
Were you not bored?
When I feel bored, I go out and talking with my neighbor, and then I come back, prepared, continue.
Your neighbor is always saving you, drinking beer with you, talking with you when you're bored. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, let's go to the sixth question. Where can we buy cheap clothes?
In my country, I can buy clothes with the lower price. Uh, I think every time because nowadays every fashion shop also reduce 50% whole time in a year, and every time you can buy clothes with the lower price. Really easy things up.
Mm. Do you know what is overrun? Overrun clothes?
No.
It's not over and then you run. those are still those are still branded clothes, but there is just a little mistake. For example, they did not put the price tag correctly, so the quality is not high. It's still branded. For example, Nike, it's still branded but the quality is low. Yeah, we saw a store here in Haizong, overruns, and it's good because there are big loads. So I know now where to buy those kind of clothes here. Okay, so let's go to number seven. Where did you buy your jacket? Is it from
Uh,
your
Actually,
business?
I never bought any racket for
How about
myself
what you're wearing?
because we um uh I can to make rackets for myself. When every time in the summer, the design my designer will to design the rackets, and another people will to making that, and I am the first person try the racket. So every time I don't have any buy any clothes for me.
So you are the model, come? You're the
Mm.
model of your. Oh my God! So you don't need to like look for other people. but it's actually like true, right? Since you are the owner, you should be the first person to test the
Yeah.
quality of your product, right? Do you know someone who, no, no, not that question. So you haven't tried to buy any clothes aside from your own business?
Yes, but rarely. I sometimes when I need some other clothes, I will go out and buy something for myself, like uh, long pants
Mm.
and uh, long t-shirt. That's all the style
Long
I can
t-shirt.
make. Mm.
Oh, so you buy from other stores as well. Oh, that's good. So that you can also help other business, not only yours. Okay. So, question number 8 is where can we meet?
Uh,
If you were to, I will change the question. If you were to suggest a place here in Haizong where friends can hang out, aside from coffee shops, where would it be?
I think uh, coffee shop and restaurant is the best place for we can eat every time. And I don't have
Really?
yes, I don't have other choice.
How about in the lake?
No, we don't care about it.
Really? Oh my goodness. My students keep on telling me that we should go to the lake.
Oh,
There are some lakes actually here that you can visit, right? Sometimes we go there and walk. In Bakdam Lake, right? There's a lot of restaurants surrounding the lake. So actually you can walk around it. You can do that for your exercise, Cam. You can walk around the lake. And after
yeah.
that, you will
Uh,
eat.
mhm. Baitang Lake, really far from my home, and it's
Ah.
convenient. Yeah.
Mm. After exercising, you will just eat. That's good. Okay, let's go to number 9. Where do your parents live?
My parents live in my countryside, uh, Linjiang, Wat. Yes, I think so. And they just living there, I think, all the time in life.
So that ward is still part of Haizong province.
Yes, Linjiang is the part of Heizong province,
There
and it's
are.
nearby the Taiping province and Haiphong province.
How about the other city? Because there are two cities in Haizong province, right? Haizong City and Chilin or Chinlin. I don't know how to say that city.
Jilin City.
Yeah, come, I just heard, okay? I don't know if it's true. I heard that city is better than Haizong City.
No, I think the best city that's that's Haidian City, and the Jilin City that is a new city, and it not large, and it's not even up as Haidian City.
Ah, okay. It's a new city.
Mm.
Okay, I got it. So, because my friend told me, a co-teacher told me, oh, let's go to this city, that the Chinlen or the Chinlen, because there's Vincom. I don't know, is
Mm.
it Vincom like that? Mm.
Yes,
And
Bangkok.
he thought that that city is better because
Mm.
of Vincom.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the next question. Where did you first meet your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend? Always this question.
Uh, with my the first girlfriend, I don't know. Maybe
Mhm.
that time I met her in in the hostel when I was student. I think so. Yeah.
Where?
The house for every people
Host.
can hide and stay when they live really far from their house. I
It's not
don't
a
know what.
hostel.
Oh, yes,
It's
hostel.
is it for students?
Mm.
Yeah, it's not a hostel. A hostel is like a hotel, but it's just smaller than a hotel. It's called boarding house. When you are talking about students and
Boarding
they
house.
live, yeah, they live there because they are studying, it's called boarding house.
Oh, boarding house.
Okay. So, number 11, where did you live when you were young? You have to tell me about it. You have to describe the town, just like the answer.
Okay. Uh, I was born in the Ninh Giang Wat, and that's in the peaceful place. Uh, but I think when I was a child, my countryside really poor, with almost people in my countryside are the farmer, and the life in my countryside really difficult when the net income is low. And I saw many same age friend they can't go to school. That's because their parents are not enough of money pay for them. And nowadays, I think my countryside more developed, but almost the people also the same. Uh, they like farmer, and we don't have any. We don't have a lot of center for trading many other products. And um, yes, I think that is a good place for I can come back and rest. But when I need to earn money or business, I think my countryside lost a good place. I think so.
Mm. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you have said about your hometown, and that's actually good. But what do you think about farmers' scam? Because I don't know about you in Vietnam, what you think about farmers, but in the Philippines, many people don't want to become a farmer. They think lowly about that kind of work. But as for me, because I have been with farmers, I'm not a farmer, but I've lived with many farmers before. It's the most important job in the world. And I don't think farmers are poor. They are poor maybe when it comes to money, but they are rich because as long as they have land, they can plant and they will survive, right? How
Mm,
about in your
yes,
country? How do you look at
I
farmers?
agree with your idea. But the problem with my countryside is the distance from my countryside to the market really
Mm,
far, and it's not convenient for traffic. So when the farmer plant a lot of products and they can't find out the market for consuming their products, and
mm,
that is problem with the farmers when they can't find out the markets for earning money from their products.
mm.
Uh, yes, I agree. Nowadays, there are many farmers really rich because they can connect with the market and especially when their products are uh, really high quality and they can easy to sell out with the higher price. But I really afraid for the farmer in my countryside because they don't have any choice. And sometimes I saw many farmer really sad when they don't know how they can do with their product. And
Mm,
many times they have to throw out and don't care about product when they can find any businessman to buy whole their product for them.
especially during the coronavirus, right? There's a lot of products that were not sold in
No,
the market.
no, I don't think so. I don't think so because the most important is the distance really far and the traffic not convenient to connect
Mm.
their product with the market. I think so.
So it's not just because of the pandemic, but it has been a problem before. How about now when you go back to your hometown? Is there any development about the roads that can connect to the market?
Yes, nowadays, when every thing more better than past, I think the life of the farmer in my countryside really better than before. But the main problem so not addressed when they can connect with the market. For example, my mother was plant a lot of corn,
Mm.
and she don't know where she can buy with higher price. And
Mm.
best choice for my mother is she just buy corn for the business in a local business with a lower price.
Mm.
And many times when my mother go out, like go to the Hưng Yên province, and she she see a supermarket for the agri product,
Mm.
and she saw many farmers sell out with a higher price. She really sad, and she just
Mm.
one day the product can sell out with a higher price. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, I understand. So the main product of your mother is corn, or
Mhm.
just an example.
Yeah, just example because there are many other product my wife can plant for the year.
Mm. Wow, that's nice. I really dream of like planting when I maybe I told you many times. When I go back to the Philippines, I will plant.
Yes, because my countryside surrounded by a river, and we have many land really good for plant every trees whole year. Yes.
Does it mean when a land is near a river, the soil is fertile, right? And it's good for planting products.
Yeah.
But in my hometown, our house is near the sea. So the water is salty. So good luck. Yes, I think so come it's a problem when farmers have a difficult time transporting their products. So when I was working in the government before and I go to fishermen like the islands, people always tell me that what you're doing is not actually right. You should not give this money to these people. You should improve the roads. Yeah, they tell me you should improve the roads because one thing that can develop or that can help us out of poverty is actually developing the roads so that we can have easy access or farmers can have easy access to market. But I said, oh, I cannot do anything about that because I'm just following the orders. I'm not the lawmaker. I'm just also following orders. Yeah, I hope that there will be development in the farmer sector next time. So come, you need to help them. If you are going to become a millionaire someday, you are going to develop the roads in your hometown, right? It's your project.
Yes, because in my countryside there are many land for planting
Mm.
anything. So I just want one day I have enough of money for I can hide a lot of land, and at that time maybe I will planning a high quality product,
Yeah.
and I can sell out with my experience. Yes.
Good luck. Okay. Number 12. Where was your father born?
So because my father does live one place, so of course he was born in my countryside.
He was. Also your mother?
Yes.
Oh, they are in the same, so they don't have like, because in the Philippines, if you are going to marry a person from another place, it will be difficult. I don't know, but it's the process of like marrying, like the family of the boy needs to go to the family of the girl and bring a lot of food and then have a festival. So it's very difficult. Then there's a joke in the Philippines, you must marry your neighbor so that we won't have a hard time transporting things. Is it also like that here in Vietnam?
No, I don't think so. In my countryside, the custom really easy for I can getting married with
Mm.
other people and in other place. Uh, every custom really easy. Yes.
Mm. That's great. You don't have any hard time in marrying. Okay, so number 14. Maybe I should ask about your parents again, but maybe I know the answer. Where did your parents meet? Of course, in your hometown, right? 15. Where were you last night?
I just stay at home every night.
Stayed in your house only. So hopefully today you can go out camp.
Mm.
Yes, okay. So I have additional questions for you here. And oh, where are you going next summer? I think I didn't ask you that.
Depend the virus
Depends on the
and
months.
yes, and maybe I think in the next month we just travel in the domestic. Yes, we really hard for we can go out for traveling.
Domestic area. But if you are going to travel like local travel, are you going to quarantine also or you don't need to do that? Like for example, you're from Haizong and then you go to where? HUE, city.
Mm, the first, I think, in my country, when the government control the virus really fast, and I I can easily go out and go everywhere I like. Don't care about quarantine.
Yeah, so if there is no virus, where are you going next summer? Except the islands.
Considering about the Da Nang or Nha Trang.
Yeah, you've been to Danang many times, right? You said in your answer. Why not try another place?
I don't know why, but I really like to travel to Da Nang province because there are many sites where I can travel, and I really impressed with the people living in Da Nang because they really friendly and they really honest. Yes, I think so, and especially Hội An, that's the place to make me very impressed every time when I go to there.
Why were you impressed in Hue An? Because of the yellow houses? Yellow buildings?
Because when I go there, I feel everything really normal and boring. But when I go out there, I feel I really miss and I really want to come back again.
Mm, maybe because it's very vibrant. But when I traveled actually around Vietnam, in Hai Song, I haven't been anywhere, just Big C and Luang Bang, and where is that? But actually, I really like West City because of the building. I like historical buildings, old buildings. So that is why I want to go there because my one of my students from the Philippines, she's a Vietnamese and she will be married and she invited me to go there, but I don't know. I said, I don't know if I can go. Maybe I cannot because there's virus. I said blah blah blah. Yeah. So hopefully I can. And let's go to the next question. Where is the best restaurant in Haizong?
Mm, I think nowadays I really need to go when I want to find a new restaurant for I can take for my family go out.
Mm.
Yes, in the some still in the sometime when I want to go out with my parents or my closer friends or my customer, I really like to go to the uh, Star Ocean restaurant.
Ocean?
Star Ocean, Star Ocean restaurant.
Is that Vietnamese? It sounds
Vietnamese
like Chinese.
um, Vietnamese name is Sao Biển restaurant.
Serbian?
Sao Biển.
Tao Bien.
Sao Biển.
Oh, never mind.
Yes, because the space they are really good that and pretty quiet for we can communicate with other people, and the food really good with the lower price, and I think the food really high quality. Uh,
Mm.
but when I need the funny space, I think there are many choices or I can do like BBQ or some
Barbecue.
barbecue or some Chinese restaurant.
So, aside from Vietnamese cuisines or Vietnamese food, you also like Chinese food. Is there a difference between Chinese and Vietnamese? What is something different between the two? You cannot
Uh,
tell.
uh, yeah, I think there are many different between the Vietnam food or Chinese food. Like you can easy to see the Chinese food. They really like using a lot of oil.
Hmm.
Yes, uh, and uh,
Yes, correct.
and the Vietnam food. I think I don't know, but maybe I was born in Vietnam, so very suitable with the food in my country.
It's for your own taste. Yeah, I actually notice also Chinese food are usually stir fry. When we say stir fry, it is cooked under a very hot oil. Everything like the noodles, their meats, vegetable, it's always stir fry. There is a restaurant in the Philippines and it's Chinese restaurant. The name of the restaurant is Chowking. Almost everything is stir fry.
Yeah, and I think the Chinese really like spicy food.
Mm.
And in the first time when I went to China, I really scared about the food because too spicy for me. And my younger brother, he can't eat any food in Chinese in the about 2 or 3 days when we went to China because
Oh.
really spicy.
In your case, you need more time to adjust to Chinese food. Okay. So the next question is still about trip. Where was the last trip you have taken?
Can you say that again?
Where was the last place or the last trip you have taken aside from China?
Mhm. The last trip when I go out, go
Yes.
abroad, I think that's China. Yeah, China. And long time ago,
So
I
come,
not come back.
you haven't traveled to any other countries or yeah, aside from China.
Mm, no, I just go to China and I I don't uh just China, just China.
There are many countries here. Actually, what I like about Vietnam is you can go to some neighboring countries without riding an airplane. You cannot do that in the Philippines. In the Philippines, there are neighboring countries, but you need to ride a boat and it's very dangerous. And you need to ride a plane. That's the only because the Philippines is surrounded by ocean and seas. So you cannot do land travel. So what I like about Vietnam is that you can travel to the neighboring country just by land travel. So you did not grab the chance or the opportunity to go to other countries like Cambodia, Laos, Cambodia,
Yeah, yes,
Thailand.
I really want to do that, but I think I I have to improve in my English so I can travel go out.
I think
And
your English is enough to travel.
I thought, yes, I don't, I'm not sure about that, but nowadays really difficult because virus. And in fact, if we the virus not appear, I think maybe I will to go to Singapore. Yeah.
Singapore, oh, it's very, maybe you can afford it, but Singapore is very expensive. Yes.
I don't think so. And sometimes I also like to Philippines, but still scared because when I hear about the news on TV, there are many I Iceland,
Island?
no uh, criminal or bombing on the street.
Oh my
I'm
God!
really scared.
Yeah. We also, like the Filipinos, are afraid to go in a particular place
Mm,
in the Philippines, and it's the last island in the Philippines. It's called Mindanao. But I actually went to that place last 2011, and there was a joke about that place. And that person told me that, oh, here in Mindanao, we plant bullets. Do you understand? Because you said bombings and there are guns. The
mm,
person told me here in Mindanao we just plant bullets. You know what's bullets?
like
Bullets. It's the you use in guns.
uh,
Bullets. Ah. Almost all of my students actually say the same. When I always ask them, what's your first impression about the Philippines? They always say, oh, I'm scared because the national TV is blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And IS, you know IS, right?
so is that true?
No! It was a joke.
Oh,
Of course, of course, in the Philippines, there is an ongoing war between civilians and the government because it's like those civilians, they want to have a government like yours in Vietnam. They want to have a communist government like yours in Vietnam and China and North Korea. That's what they wanted because yeah, they think communist government is a
it doesn't
good
look
government.
like copycat.
Huh?
It's just like a copycat when I'm not sure about the real Philippines and I just hearing about other people. But
Yeah. Hmm. There, it's like many other countries come. There are good places in that country, and there are also bad places in that country.
okay,
Bad
so I
or
really
bad.
want to
You should go to Cebu.
yeah. Yeah, in the first time when I want to learn English, the first place I think is Cebu because I
Yeah.
searched on the internet. There are many school training English in Cebu, and that's also the travel city. and I really like. But in at that time, I can't prepare about 1 month or 2 months to go there for learning English. So I have to stop and learning in my country.
Yeah, I think it's good for once in your life you go to other country to study, but still English. Okay, so let's have the last question for today. Yeah, I hope you're going to answer this one, even if you don't know what will happen in the future. Where will you be 5 years from now? So you have to imagine what will happen 5 years from now? Where will I be? Am I still be like this? Am I already be fluent in English like that?
Mm, there are many things I want to become in the future, and the first is I think the place I will living maybe at that time up 5 years later is Haiphong province.
Mm.
Yes, and the money I can achieve 5 years later, I think at that time maybe $1 million is okay for me.
Million
And
dollars.
yes, and the in my business, I hope 5 years later I will open about to the middle of Vietnam
Mm.
market. Yes,
Whoa.
and uh, and other thing I think that is the private park with me. Yes,
What? Okay, so you are planning to open a store in the middle of Vietnam.
yes, I just want to open or develop my product go to the uh, every province in the middle of Vietnam.
Mm. So why did you choose the middle? Why not in south?
Because ah in the south of Vietnam really difficult because the people in the south of Vietnam they don't want to pay a lot of money for wearing.
Oh.
They just they just want to the same clothing with other people and not so different in the product in the south of Vietnam.
Mm.
But in the north of Vietnam, we have a many opportunity when we can sell out with higher price
Mm.
because the north of Vietnam really like the difference. And when we create the difference in my product, we can sell out really high price. That is the good point when I business in the north of Vietnam. And other side is in the north of Vietnam, we have a four season,
Oh.
so we can sell many other type of clothing over the year.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
but the fall or the winter really short,
Mm.
and I need to more open in the middle of Vietnam when the uh, climate every time does hot like summer.
Mm.
So that I believe the market in the north in the mid in the middle of Vietnam will support my market and warranty for a product really big quantity.
You are talking like a businessman now, Cam. I remembered before because I have a subject like that, but it's only one. The first thing that you need to think about when you have a business is your market, and that includes the place and the people. Is it correct? Yeah, good luck. But
Yeah,
that's
thank
5 years from now, and there's so much that would happen and so much that you need to do in order for you to do that. So I hope you can achieve that maybe in less than 5 years. You will be one of the fastest, fastest millionaire in the north.
you. I hope so.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to send you the question for your homework today. So that's it for today. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.